Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Not Your Average Life Coach. Today's video is going to be part 2 in my series on developing a successful mindset, and the topic at hand is self-belief. The act of believing that we can accomplish something. Now, when you think self-belief, try not to think that everything we should be doing should be done properly on the first try. I think that's a big problem in our thinking today, is that we have these unrealistic expectations that we should be good or perfect or do something exactly how it's supposed to be done the first time we try it. It's okay to know that you can do something and not be amazing at it first go around. It's very normal and very acceptable to try something for the first time and either not be that great at it or completely fuck it up. That is okay. I think that we develop this mindset of needing to do something right the first time or needing to be good at something before we really get invested into it, based on the fear of failure, the fear of being embarrassed because you tried something and it did not go how you thought, the fear of trying something and having either a physical or a emotional repercussion. Whatever it is, these fears are causing us to think that we should be perfect without ever learning and practicing something. Think back to when you're a kid, or if you have kids, kind of pay attention to how they do things. Kids don't really rationalize things all that much before they do it. If it's on their mind, they do it. If it's in their heart, they just go, they just start acting. And sometimes the repercussions are bad, sometimes they're good. But more often than not, they're not as drastic as we thought. That's another issue that I think is contributing to the lack of self-belief, is how we are viewing things in regards to how challenging they are and the consequences that we're placing on them. If we're looking at something and we think that it is going to be hard, if we're putting that out there without actually even attempting it first, then we're gonna make it hard. We're gonna make it hard on ourselves because we're going into it with the mindset that it might be impossible. And are we placing consequences on these actions that are taking that fear we have of failure and elevating it to a level that it should not be at? These are the things that lead to us having self-doubt and not believing in ourselves. It's a lack of confidence. It's a lack of belief without attempting something. 9 out of 10 times, if you actually attempt something, if you go through the action of making it happen and you come up short, you're not going to feel all that bad about it. But if you tell yourself it's going to be too hard, if you tell yourself that something is out of your reach, it's going to put a fear, an emotion inside of you that's not even going to let you attempt it. Start looking at things as possible. Quit looking at things like they're fucking impossible. Quit viewing things as if it cannot be done or as if it should be done perfectly the first time. When you assess a situation and you take on a challenge, or you set out to accomplish something, ask yourself, have I not ever done something this challenging before? Or have I not ever done this before, or something relevant to it that should tell me my ability levels are currently good enough to do it? Now, there is such thing as going up too high in a level in a certain regard to where, yeah, you may not be at that level yet, but more often than not, what I see is people talking themselves out of things that they're fully capable of doing. Ask yourself, have I not ever done anything similar to this? And if so, how did I do? Did I succeed? Did I learn a lesson the hard way the first time and then do it again? And also ask yourself, how realistic are these consequences that I'm placing on these? If I do fail at this, is this worst case scenario that I made up in my head actually gonna happen? One of the examples I like to use is that of people starting up their own businesses. It is a challenge, very challenging thing, but look at how many fucking businesses there are on the planet. People do them all the time. People start up businesses all the time, yet it still is a very scary thing for people to do, and for good reason. You're putting your ultimately your family's well-being, and you're putting it out there, and you're essentially risking it. And what we risk is being on the streets, being poor, losing everything we have, right? What do you think the chances are that you're going to tank so bad in something like that to where you do suffer those severe consequences? How badly do you think you have to fail, and for how long before those consequences become apparent or become relevant? If you do start to fail, is there not another backup plan that you can fall into? Or is there not another job that you can take on? Or are there not hours somewhere that you can pick up to kind of keep you afloat while you still pursue that career, or completely drop it but then go back to what you were doing before? Though that's a much more realistic consequence to failing at starting a business, is that you get a job somewhere else. You go back to what you were doing before. Being poor and on the streets, not really a logical consequence to attempting to start up a business and failing. In fact, most business startups tend to fail before they succeed. What do you think those people are doing after that first, second, third failure? They're believing that they can continue to do it, and they're still attempting to do it. I just ask you guys, please do not ever say that you can't do something unless you try it. If you're ruling it out before you even try it, you're not giving yourself the chance to succeed. You're not giving yourself an honest chance at accomplishing something that you may not have thought you could do. Start believing in yourself. It's one of the most important things to success, guys. I can't tell you how important self-belief is. Anybody you see out there succeeding, they just believe in themselves. They're not super people, not super genetics. They have self-belief. They look at something and think, I can do that. Start looking at things and thinking, I can do that. I am capable of doing that. Even if I do fail, you know what? I'll probably learn a good lesson, as opposed to I'll be living on the streets. Think positively, guys. Believe in yourselves. Please try things before you rule them out. This is going to be one of the most beneficial mindset attributes that you can have in achieving success, is that you believe you can do something, or you're at least willing to try. I can't emphasize that enough. Hopefully this helps you guys. If you like the video, please let me know. Please click the subscribe button, comment, share with your friends. Until then, I'll see you next time, guys. Have a good day.